Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to explore an amazing story from your syllabus, Watchman of the Lake by R.K. Narayan. This story is set in the scenic Baba Budungiri Hills in Karnataka, near the village of Sakkarepatna, with the sacred Ayankire Lake flowing through the land. This lesson teaches us about courage, responsibility, sacrifice, and the importance of protecting nature. Through this story, we meet many different characters. The main important character here is a person called Mara, a simple villager who shows how ordinary people can do extraordinary things through honesty, devotion, and courage. Now, let us meet the characters. Mara, the brave villager and watchman of the lake. Mara's wife, caring and supporting, worried about Mara's safety. The king, a wise ruler and just ruler who listens carefully to Mara. The headman, proud official who dismisses Mara as a fool. Bhima, assistant of the headman. He is a giant man. Ganga, Mara's son, later the next watchman of the lake. The goddess, powerful, unpredictable, both nurturing and destructive. Villagers, workmen, and fishermen. Now, scene 1, Mara and the headman. The story begins in the village near Baba Budungiri Hills. Villagers are busy preparing for the king's arrival, repairing the roads, checking stones, and cleaning the streets. The workmen are chatting, laughing, and rushing to finish their work. At this moment, Mara arrives, worried and eager. He approaches the headman to talk about the sacred lake, but the headman dismisses him as a fool and orders Bhima to lock him in the cellar. Cellar is a small room, dungeon kind of a room, more alike like prison, but they store barrels of wine in cellar. So when Bhima ties him with the rope and then throws him into the cellar, he is very patient over there. Who Mara sits there and he asks a lot of questions to Bhima very politely. He asks him, how did you build this body? How do you become so strong? Because he's a giant man. Then, scene 2. Somehow Mara escapes from this situation. Mara meets the king. The king arrives in a grand procession. Guards, horses, and attendants fill the streets with excitement. Mara, determined to deliver his message, climbs a tree and watches carefully. Then, with courage, he jumps down from the tree, landing before the king. Dust arises around him, but he does not hesitate. He bows and begins to explain his dream. He says that the goddess Veda comes into his dream and he is ordering him to tell the king to construct a tank to protect the lake. And he also says that this lake is holy and divine and it has some connection to the Ramayana. So let us see what connection this lake has. Long ago, during the battle in Lanka, Hanuman was sent to find a magical herb called Sanjeevani to save Lakshmana's life. Hanuman flew across mountains and forests, found the herb, and brought it back, saving Lakshmana. The mountain where the herb grew gave rise to a stream, which eventually became the river Veda, nourishing the land and people. So, Mara is talking about the same river Veda, which has a connection to Ramayana, Lord Ram, and Lord Krishna. In Mara's dream, the goddess appeared, her hair flowed wildly, a ruby sparkled on her crown, and her golden garment shimmered. She told Mara that the river Veda was her plaything. What does she mean here when she says it's a plaything? She can destroy the lake or she can protect the lake. She can play up with the water because she is in charge of this lake. If the tank was not built, the goddess would take the river back to the mountains, leaving villagers, crops, and animals without water. To prevent disaster, she instructed Mara to tell the king to construct a tank to store water for the village. The goddess wants Mara to protect the lake, to build a dam around it to build a tank around the lake to protect the water. If they don't protect, then the goddess would be angry and there would be floods everywhere and everyone would die. The king, seeing Mara's courage and understanding the urgency, immediately orders the tank to be built. Now, what does this scene teaches us? That courage and responsibility is very important to protect what is important. Scene 3. Now the tank is constructed. Mara is appointed as the watchman. Mara as the watchman is scene 3. The tank is built and Mara becomes the watchman of the lake. He takes his duty seriously, patrolling the lake, watching over the water, and ensuring no one harms the creatures. One day he notices a fisherman trying to catch fish. Mara scolds him because catching fish would harm the sacred lake, which the goddess entrusted to him. Humans can disturb the lake, so Mara must stop them. At the same time, Mara sees a tiger quietly drinking water from the lake. He does not stop. He does not stop it because the tiger is part of nature and does not harm the lake. Mara protects the lake from human interference but respects the natural balance. As Mara watches, dark clouds gather and heavy rain begins. The tank fills quickly, and Mara's vigilance is the only thing protecting the village from flooding. Mara shows that true responsibility comes from inner conviction, protecting both people and natural world. Scene 4. Mara's sacrifice. One night, Mara rushes to the king, pale and frantic. The goddess appears again, angry and ready to destroy the tank. Mara pleads with her, but she is relentless. To save the village, Mara suggests a brave solution. Take my life and appoint my son Ganga as the next watchman. Let this duty pass from father to son and then grandson so that the lake and river remain protected forever. Imagine the courage it takes to give up your life for others. Mara's sacrifice teaches the highest form of devotion and duty. He literally begged and pleaded the king to cut off his head. He wanted to sacrifice his life and offer it to the goddess so that she is not angry and she does not play up with the river and there is no flood, and he protected the entire village. Scene 5. The Legacy of Mara. Years later, a shrine is built near the lake in Mara's honor. His son Ganga stands there with his little boy, narrating the story of Mara's sacrifice and the sacred duty of protecting the lake. The story reminds us that responsibility is passed down from generations to generations, and protecting nature is duty of all generations. So, students, Watchman of the Lake is more than a story. It has full of lessons to learn. Courage and bravery. Mara jumped from the tree to deliver an important message. Sometimes we must take risk to do this, to do what is right. Responsibility. Mara's care for the lake shows we should take our duties seriously, whether it is protecting nature, helping family, or doing school work. Sacrifice. Mara was ready to give his life for others. True service often asks for putting others first. Protecting nature. Just as Mara protected the river, we should conserve water, plants, and animals. Even small actions like saving water or planting trees matter. Respect for life. Mara allowed the tiger to drink because it was part of nature. We should respect animals and the natural world. Legacy and teaching values. Mara's values were passed to his sons and grandsons. Our actions today influence the future. For example, helping classmates, protecting your surroundings, or standing up for what is right are small ways to show courage and responsibility. Remember, even one person's dedication can make a big difference. If you found this story inspiring, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Tell me in the comments which lesson from Mara's story inspired you the most and why. Thank you for watching and see you in the next lesson.